Greetings, humans. I come in peace and with podcasts. Welcome to Pod Nation Media, home of the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Monster Island Film Vault, Cthulhu Jack Presents, and Films and Fermentation. All streaming exclusively on Roku. Business, monsters, whiskey, cinema, chaos. Your ears deserve better. Join Pod Nation Media before we probe your algorithm.
Films and Fermentation, movies and inebriation. Films and Fermentation, comedy mixed with taste elevation. Films and Fermentation, with Leo, Batman and Mike.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Films and Fermentation. We did a very special episode last week on mental health and films, and thank you for everybody who downloaded the episode and listened to it and rated it and all that. Please remember to do that for all our episodes. Help us get the algorithm out there. Tonight is a special episode in that we're not going to be doing a new one for a little while after this episode. So tonight we're going to do movie misquotes. I'm calling this episode "Luke, I Am Your Father," and other quotes that people get wrong. That's right. We are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast, #1 beer podcast on Good Pods. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're three friends who like talk shit about movies while getting shit faced. This week on Films and Fermentation, we're diving into the famous movie quotes you think you know, but probably don't. From Luke, I Am Your Father to Play It Again, Sam. Hollywood history is filled with lines that millions of fans have been confidently misquoting for decades. Are these misquotes the result of pop culture, telephone, bad memories, or just the Mandela Effect working overtime? We're breaking down the most misquoted movie lines in film history, revealing the real quotes, and discovering how the wrong versions somehow became more famous than the originals. So grab a drink, test your movie knowledge, and prepare to learn that some of your favorite film quotes may have been wrong this whole time. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all our social media and podcast links. Make sure you watch us on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku, on YouTube, or on Rumble. We are an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported, so please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members-only content, including backed episodes in our archive, film reviews, and some little bonus episodes that Mike and I have created. You can get all that for as little as $1 a month. You also buy our merchandise at Teespring and text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
I'll go first.
Yeah, Kev went first last week. Mike, you go first this week.
I'm not doing anything, super fancy. I'm just going with Akona Brewing Company, Longboard Island Lager.
Kev, I saw you had two lined up already next to you.
I do. I got the Sam Adams Spring seasonal pack, so that came with the traditional cold snap, which I'm looking forward to. It's one of my faves. Mm-hmm. I had a blonde ale, I believe, earlier tonight. Megan had a blackberry wit beer, and another one that I don't believe I've had before is the Sam Adams Alpine Spring. It says it is the first brewed in 2011. This unfiltered lager balances bright citrus with hop characteristics. It's as clean and as crisp as a crisp morning, and like spring itself. Only available for a limited time. So, and I do have to apologize, but it's white text on a light green can.
Yeah, now it just looks like a green can. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And I have the eyes of an 87-year-old. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to find the alcohol content. I'm trying. Oh, I think no shit. I need Mike. Can I have your glasses? I can't read.
There you go.
My God.
Just
Oh
hand
my
them through the
God! I
screen.
can
There
see through the can.
you go.
Hey, bring it up. I'll bring my magnifying
we got the ring light here. What do you need? Yeah.
I gotta be quiet. I forgot there's a baby in the next room sleeping. 5.5% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
So
I was originally going to do a mixed drink tonight, but I am exhausted. I had a long week, and by the time I got home and cooked dinner and ate dinner and got set up for the night and all, I was like, screw it, I don't feel like mixing anything. So I'm just trying to clean out the fridge right now anyway to get ready for like the spring beers that'll be coming out soon. So I'm working off some of the last Sam Adams winter white ales that I have. So I have a couple ready for tonight. Since we're recording on a Friday instead of a Thursday like we usually do, that means I don't have to be good. Not that I'm usually that good anyway, but compared to normal, I don't have to get up tomorrow. So, all right, that's what we're drinking. Let's learn a little history.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
1902, a United States Court of Appeals rules that Thomas Edison did not invent the movie camera.
It's funny, like, first off, it's funny how that's worded. And secondly, it's like the more you learn about Edison, the more it sounds like he just stole shit from people all the time. Like, it's ridiculous. I looked it up, Mike, as you were saying this here. The movie camera, the first single lens video camera, was invented in 1888 by Louis LaPrince. Thomas Edison and W.K.L. Dixon were credited with the kinetograph in 1891, which is like it's not a single lens, like, so it's kind of like a upgrade to the previous camera. He didn't invent the camera himself. Yeah. And then the one that would become like the more modern camera in 1895 was created by the Lumiere brothers, called the cinematograph. And then that would become, closer to like what is now like the modern day camera.
The Lumiere brothers. Yeah, I guess.
The Lumiere brothers, yes.
Yeah. I think their camera could film up to 16 frames per second, which is why, it was more advanced than Edison's. I think his was limited to 12 frames per second.
Yeah, I mean, now they're,
now you can get up to 60 frames.
Now I can film it with my phone.
My phone.
I had my kids making stop motion animation videos in class with iPads the other day. So, next one, sir.
1938, Jezebel film premieres, directed by William Wyler, starring Betty Davis and Henry Ford, from a play by Owen Davis.
Henry Fonda. Henry Ford made cars.
Fonda, yeah.
Starred Henry Fonda and those Betty Davis eyes.
Yes, it was.
Give me the next one here. This is a funny one.
1940, The Road to Singapore, directed by Victor Zinger, starring Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, and Dorothy Lamour, premieres. First of 7 such films premieres.
Yes. There were 7 Road to movies. This was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
We're off on the road to Rhode Island. Oh, that's Family Guy.
Road to White Castle.
There was Road to Singapore, Road to White Castle, Road to Perdition.
Mm-hmm. Road to Nowhere.
Road to Nowhere. Can you imagine if Road to Perdition was a road trip comedy with Tom Hanks and Paul Newman? We're off on the road to perdition. Next one, sir.
1946, American film noir classic Gilda, starring Rita Hayworth and Glenn Ford.
Glenn Ford.
Directed by Charles Vidor, premieres in New York City.
So I know I say I'm lacking in films before 1960, but I know Gilda. I have seen this movie because I love Rita Hayworth.
All because
I
of
love,
Shawshank, right?
Yes, Shawshank Redemption introduced me to Rita Hayworth. I watched the movie Gilda because of Rita Hayworth, because of Shawshank Redemption, and now I have that poster that Andy had on his wall in my office. I have the actual Rita Hayworth poster from Gilda.
For Miss Furry Britches?
Yes, Miss Fussy Britches. I have that on my wall. There's no hole behind it because if I dig a hole behind it, I'd be in my kitchen.
There's a hole behind it, it'd be a hole through it, right? Oh,
Well, not if she's got furry britches.
Yeah.
That calls shaping.
Fussy Britches. Fussy Britches. Next one, sir.
1956, American Western film The Searchers is released, directed by John Ford, and starring John Wayne and Natalie Wood.
It's like the one Ford we didn't have is the Ford you fucked up, but the other Fords are all there. That's a great movie, man. It's a great movie. Another pre-1960 movie that I've actually seen. Because it's John Ford, John Wayne.
John Ford.
Natalie Wood must have been in her teens when this came out, right?
Probably because she did West Side Story in 1963, and she was probably in her early 20s when she did that.
Yeah,
so most likely she was a teenager.
Yeah.
Might have been one of her first films, probably too.
Well, she did Miracle on 34th Street.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, next one, sir.
Hold on, give me just 1 second. My computer wants to restart for a Windows update. It always wants to do this around this time for some reason. There we go. 1964, Gene Roddenberry brings together a 16-page pitch for the original Star Trek series.
16-page pitch. That's a long pitch because a film pitch is probably like 10 pages normally. A TV pitch usually isn't 10 pages. 16 pages. He had the whole series mapped out already at that point.
And at this point, Picard finds Kirk in this great ribbon.
It's like, yeah, you imagine he had the whole series figured out. He was like, and then in the 80s, we're going to launch the next generation. You know what I watched the other day? Speaking of next gen, I watched the very first episode. I haven't seen Encounter Farpoint in a really long time.
Yeah.
And I forgot DeForest Kelly was in it as a 137-year-old Bones.
Wasn't he stuck in the transporter?
That was Scotty.
Oh.
That was Relics. That's from like season 5 or 6. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, next one, sir.
1972, The Godfather, based on a film by Mario Puzo, directed by Francis Ford Coppola and starring Marlon Brando and Al Pacino, premieres in New York City, Academy Award Best Picture 1973.
Yes, we did a whole episode on the 50th anniversary of The Godfather back in season 2, which you can visit in our archives on Patreon.
I need to find and send to you guys. It's a funny thing that I guess Jimmy Fallon did with who played Tom? He just passed.
Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall. And they superimposed Robert Duvall's older face on the young Tom when Abe Vigoda is about, he's been outed and, the scene just goes on forever with Abe Vigoda. Tom, could you help me out for old time's sake? He goes, can't do it. He goes, please. He goes, I'm sorry. He's pretty please. No, I can't. Pretty please with sugar. And it just continues.
I'll have to look for that later and see that. What was I going to say? Have you watched Modern Family at all?
Yeah.
There is an episode where they do a Godfather parody.
Oh, right. Where they're,
where Phil sends the son out to get revenge on all the neighbors. And he like,
don't ask me my business.
Don't ask my business, Claire, as he closed the door on her. Next one.
1978, The Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby as David Banner and Lou Ferrigno as his green alter ego, premieres on CBS.
I got a good childhood story about this. I was terrified of the Incredible Hulk TV series because I was like 1 when the show started, probably like 3 when it ended. And I was terrified of Lou Ferrigno mainly. And I used to watch Mr. Rogers all the time until one day he had on Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk, and I never watched Mr. Rogers again. Or at least until I got a little older. Oh, speaking of Shatner.
Yes. 1982, ABC TV crime drama T.J. Hooker premieres starring William Shatner as T.J. Hooker.
Even more important, the
Heather Locklear?
career debut of Heather Locklear, yes.
I know the show.
Mhm.
More importantly, I remember the comment my dad made about the show.
What's that?
He went from driving a Starship to driving a Plymouth.
That's great. Yeah, because it was 82. That was the cars that the police drove. Driving a Starship, driving a Plymouth.
Wait, he wasn't
next-
on Chips? I got it all mixed up.
Chips was Eric Estrada.
That was on motorcycles, right?
Yes, that was the
Oh, okay.
California Highway Patrol.
Though Chips does have a Star Trek connection.
What's that?
Christopher Fine's dad was in
Oh,
Chips.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was on it. Next one, sir.
1997, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, created by Josh Wheaton and starring Sarah Michelle Gellar, premieres on the WB TV network as a mid season replacement.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and ended up, I feel, being better than the movie was. I mean, I like the movie, but
Mhm.
far better TV series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite episode, which I will pop on once in a while, just 'cause it's so creepy, is it's Hush, the one where they don't speak at all. Yeah, it's so creepy, that episode. And that's Doug Jones is one of the Smiley guys.
Mm.
Next one.
Let's see. 2002 animated film Ice Age, directed by Chris Wedge and Carlos Saldaha, with voices by Dennis Leary and John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Hey, I'm great at this. Premieres.
So I mentioned in my movie updates last week that they are working on Ice Age 5.
That damn squirrel.
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't realize there was that many Ice Age movies. I saw this one in the theater with Katie on a night out. You know,
Didn't the squirrel and the acorn actually end up in space at some point?
I have no idea. I don't think I watched anything past the second one.
A friend of mine at work was explaining to her students who Queen Latifah was, and trying to go through her, albums and things like that. And it finally took Ice Age. It was the female mammoth.
She's the female mammoth. Yeah.
Yeah. And meanwhile, she's telling me the story, and in my head, I'm saying, Queef Latina? Because that's from a comedy routine. I can't remember. Queef Latina.
Wow.
I thought they were going to say, "Oh, you mean the Equalizer?" Because she does the Equalizer TV show now.
Oh, what was that comedian's name? Chad Daniels does a whole thing on Queef.
Oh,
Latina.
yeah. I've heard. I've listened to him. Next one's a really good movie. I like this movie, even though I know Mike's not a big Jim Carrey fan, but this is a drama role that he was really good in.
2004, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, directed by Michael Gondry and starring Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, premieres in Los Angeles, California.
Very good movie. Very sad movie.
That was mentioned last week with the mental illness episode, wasn't it?
I don't believe it. No, we didn't mention it last week, but it kind of goes into that because it is a movie about like depression and trying to forget. And like the whole thing is that they keep getting their mind erased so that they could forget each other because they have a relationship that doesn't work out. But then they always end up back with each other anyway. And it's like kind of like the point of the movie is that like it's just like a cycle that just keeps happening over and over again. Even though they try to forget each other, they always end up back with each other. Next one, sir.
2005, Bob Iger is named CEO of Walt Disney International, succeeding Michael Eisner.
And world peace was achieved, and nobody complained about any product coming out of Disney ever again.
Then he retired. Then he had to come out of retirement and take over again.
Yeah. Next one, sir.
2012, The Hunger Games, directed by Francis Lawrence and starring Jennifer Lawrence, premieres in Los Angeles.
Francis Lawrence and Jennifer Lawrence, no relation. It's a weird coincidence. This is the movie that launched Jennifer Lawrence into the stratosphere. Not a fan of it. The book was amazing, and I did not like the adaptation of the film.
Actually, Adrian was just watching them the other night. He just had them on
Really?
while she was doing work. Yes, she books and she watches the movie.
Well, I love the books. I thought the books were great. I thought the second movie was the best movie, but it was the worst book. It's funny. Like it was the best adaptation, but it was the worst of the three books. I don't know.
This is one of those where I watched the first movie, just like I watched the first movie Twilight, and that was it.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch anymore.
The books are really good, and the movies were okay. There were just so many things that they decided to cut out that were important to the story that I don't know why they cut them out. You know, kind of like what they did with Harry Potter and like the Half-Blood Prince and all that. Like they cut out so much of that story.
The Order of Phoenix, they cut out
the Order of Phoenix. That's the one I meant. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
See, that's why I started watching the movies in reverse. I start at the end and just start playing it backwards. That way, I can tell. You know, if it ends poorly, I don't need to watch the rest of it.
It's like Billy Crystal and Harry Met Sally. He says, "I always read the last page of the book first. This way, if I die before I finish, I'll know how it ended." Next one, sir.
2014, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, starring Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, premieres in Los Angeles, California.
Was this their first directed movie in the MCU?
The Russos?
The Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Did they do the Avengers film?
That wasn't Joss Whedon.
Was it Joss? That was Joss Whedon. You're right. Yeah, it was
Right.
Joss Whedon. And Jon Favreau did Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Black did Iron Man 3. This might have been the first Russo brothers, or they might have done the first Captain America as well.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, Mike, you read the next one. I'm looking to look that up.
2018 superhero movie, The Black Panther becomes the fifth Marvel movie to earn $1 billion worldwide.
That was so huge. I remember just that coming out, and everybody. Black Panther was everywhere.
I mean, it was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Remember, Leo? Remember when we watched what was the first one of the two movies? Not Endgame, but the other one, Infinity War, and we're watching it, and when Black Panther,
when he dusted,
there's a black lady. We just got him.
That was me. I was at the theater by myself. I went to see it by myself.
Oh, was it you?
And I had because we went separately for this, and then I had a lady in the theater when Black Panther dusted. She went, "We just got him." And then when Spider-Man dusted, the 23-year-old kid next to me started crying and asked me if he was going to come back.
I'm sorry.
And I was like, I don't
know. when Spider-Man got dusted, his scene was rough.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough scene, but I mean, like the kid next to me was bawling, and I was like, I don't know. Like I knew he was coming back, but I was like, I don't know, dude. Captain America: Winter Soldier is the first film that the Russo brothers directed.
Okay.
They also directed a few episodes of Agent Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. So those are their contributions to the MCU.
Okay.
I personally think like Infinity War is my favorite of the MCU films. So
I think Civil War was probably my favorite of the MCU. Okay. Yeah, of the Avengers, I guess, because it was the brother on brother. You know, did you know the whole thing?
I just wish they had access to the rest of the Marvel universe, because then it could have been the actual like Civil War comic where it was like the mutants. Everybody was like, it was like everybody against everybody. I mean, it was still, I still enjoyed it because that's also like you got introduced to Spider-Man in that film.
Spider-Man.
You got Ant-Man had a big role in it.
You got introduced to Black Panther.
Yeah, I mean, I like that film. Personally, my favorite was Infinity War because I just felt like that was the one that had the most character development that you were able to fit into like a 2.5 hour film. Like it was just crazy that everybody had something to do in that film.
Yeah,
they're promising us that with Avengers Doomsday, all of the characters are going to have something to do, and there's not going to be anybody who's just there to be a filler.
That'll
we'll see.
be impressive.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, that's what they did with Infinity War and Endgame. So hopefully,
Yeah.
they can pull it off. All right, let's move on then to some beer news.
Kevin's here, he's here for a beer. He's got news, it's beer with Kevin.
Gentlemen, just between you and me, I prefer my alcohol to be alcoholic and not non-alcoholic. You know, I'm not into mocktails, and non-alcoholic beer just doesn't seem to have the same kick. But to each their
Because there's no
own.
alcohol in it.
That's right. To each their own. I can understand.
Yeah.
People know their vices. People know what they like, and it worked for Tom Holland.
I'm just laughing because I didn't expect to see this name in this headline.
Winning, gentlemen. Charlie Sheen has his own non-alcoholic beer.
I haven't read the article yet, but I really hope the name of the beer is Tiger Blood.
Here's how Massachusetts brewery ended up making it. Actor Charlie Sheen hasn't had a drink since 2017. Good for him. And is turning to Boston-based Harpoon Brewery to make his line of non-alcoholic beer, Wild AF Brewing. Sheen, whose history with addiction and alcohol is well documented, co-founded Wild AF in 2025, along with marketing firm The Silent Group. But they needed someone to brew it. The Silent Group, through a series of connections, the actor eventually linked up with Harpoon. The Silent Group is at the center of an unlikely chain of partnerships. Its CEO, Ryan Perry, has a pre-existing connection to Sheen. For Harpoon, the key link was Doug Campbell, Silent Group's head of commercialization. According to Rob Day, Harpoon's VP of marketing, Campbell has ties to the Massachusetts craft beer and has crossed paths with the Boston Brewery over the years. That connection led to the Silent Group meeting Dan Canary, and Nathaniel Davis of Harpoon, who is now part of Barrel One Collective. We flew Charlie out to the brewery immediately, Perry said. Him and I went out there and we had a meeting with the team, and immediately it clicked. It certainly doesn't hurt that Harpoon is based in a baseball city. The non-alcoholic beer line features nods to Sheen's iconic character, Rick Wild Thing Vaughn, in Major League. And looking at the can, it's got a blue, white, and red kind of label. The brewery's logo even features a silhouette of Sheen's unique haircut in the movie. Yes, it does. I'm seeing that now. Perry and the Silent Group built the brand and the concept. Meanwhile, Harpoon is the commercial joint venture partner tasked with making what actually goes in the can. That would be a cold gold non-alcoholic lager, which clocks in with an alcohol by volume of under 0.05%. I'm sorry, 0.5%. Half a percent, not a fifth. According to Perry, Sheen has been trying various non-alcoholic beverages over the year, but wasn't a fan of them. What we wanted to do was create a ballpark beer, as we call it, that could be your everyday drinker, but still have a little of your own identity. Charlie liked the citrus-forward flavor profile, so we have a subtle note of that in our beer. Nothing crazy. Last summer, Perry flew back to LA with some samples to try with Sheen. The actor approved and was locked in. Perry says that he and Sheen felt the need to over-deliver with Wild AF. They feared there could be some skepticism about this type of celebrity-backed product. So far, they think that they've made a good-tasting non-alcoholic beer that can win people over. Stories don't end because you've reached the bottom of the page, Sheen said via the Silent Group. Mine found another gear 8 years ago when I got off booze and switched to non-alcoholic beer. During that time, the choices were vast, but the quality was sparse. I decided to change all of that and made my own, Wild AF. Currently, Wild AF brewing operations are limited to online sales, Cold Gold as its only product. Wild AF hopes to get more public attention later this year.
I mean, I
And there's
understand
only
going with the Wild Thing name as because it's probably one of his most well-known roles.
sure.
But I think you're really missing out not calling it Tiger Blood.
Hey,
I
winning.
agree, but I also know that that's part of the image he's trying to get away from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
The
you can
whole
also,
winning thing, you know.
if Wild AF does well, you can also expand the line, and you can do Tiger Blood. You could do one called Winning.
You could do one called Hot Shots.
You can do one, yeah, and then you could have its descendant, Hot Shots Part D.
You can do a Men at Work beer.
Men at Work beer. Am I one of the few people who likes Men at Work? It's a dumb movie, but I kind of enjoy it. I just like any movie that Keith David is in. I can't help myself.
hey, Lee,
Yeah.
pause for a minute.
That's pretty damn growth to me.
Seriously, this is 40 with Paul Rudd and what's her name?
Seth Rogen.
No, it's what's Judd Apatow's wife? You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So
Leslie.
Leslie, yeah, man. She and Paul Rudd play a married couple in Knocked Up. So they had a sequel called This Is 40.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like what their married life is like now that they're in their 40s and they have these kids that are like, preteens and stuff. And in one scene, he thinks he has a growth on his ball sack and he can't tell. So he lays down on the bed and puts his legs up over his head and he's making her like observe, like scrutinize his nutsack to see what the growth is. It's like, I've never been inclined to do that. That's what doctors' offices are for. But Mike, yeah, I would get that checked out. There's no reason that your balls should do that. Oh wait, we're recording. Time for me to talk about another obituary.
No, we still have the second of Kevin's beer news.
We're
No, we don't. We realized over the break that if I didn't subscribe to the site, they didn't want me to read the news. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're skipping over that. We were talking about that while you went to go change your Depends. Yes, we gotta get it all out now. We're not gonna be recording together for 2 weeks. So anyway, yeah, let's take it down a notch so we can talk about another celebrity passing. Actress Jennifer Runyon dies at 65 years old this week. Best known for roles in Ghostbusters and Charles in Charge. That's all I really have on it. I don't really have like the cause or anything like that.
See, I don't remember her from Charles in Charge. I remember Nicole Eggert.
So Nicole Eggert played one of the kids that Charles was babysitting.
Yes, I was younger than her at that time. So. Yeah,
but I think she played Charles, like Scott Baio's girlfriend in the show. Like I think she had like a recurring character in the show as like his girlfriend or something.
Oh, the one who died. I got you.
Yeah, the one who passed away, not Eggert. No, Jennifer Runyon. Yeah, on Charles in Charge. But I remember her. She's a character actress who I've seen in a million things. Like she pops up all the time.
Yeah.
But I think her most famous role, at least the one that I know her best for, is the student that Bill Murray flirts with at the beginning of Ghostbusters.
Right.
I was going to say 8 o'clock. I'm in the middle of something here, Ray.
Well, they needed, cute blonde chick number 4. They picked her.
Yeah. That's kind of what it is. She was like, she looked like some of like the popular blonde actresses at the time, but if you couldn't afford some of those actresses, you brought her in because she was a character actor. And so she was like, but she was pretty. Like she fit the role that she was hired for. I'm going to play my song for the second one that I have tonight because I want to hear my song.
You didn't play the new song for the first one.
Well, I'm not playing the obituary song. And I'm going to play because I'm so excited about this other movie fact that I have here that I have to play my song.
Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates Leo.
So I saw this earlier today. And when I first saw it, I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. This has to be fake or somebody photoshopped this shit. So I looked it up, and it is confirmed on IMDb. There is a new legacy sequel in development called The Last Starfighters, plural. A legacy sequel to 1984's The Last Starfighter.
Isn't that the one where they got him because he really good at that video game?
Yes, he was really good at that video game.
I thought that was Tron.
Well, that was a video game one too. I love Last Starfighter. You guys don't remember Last Starfighter?
No, I do. I was just making sure I was thinking the right one.
So Last Starfighter is one of the first films to use computer graphics.
Yeah, that was Tron.
Yeah.
Now, Tron went into the computer. This is guys, aliens made the computer a game.
Yeah, so
find a starfighter for him.
Kid is really good at this video game, and then finds out that the game was recruitment for joining some like space fleet.
Wait a second. This is the other one by what's his name? This is the Philip Dick or
Philip K. Dick.
Isn't it Philip K. Dick that did the?
Philip K. Dick was the author who wrote "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep," which became Blade Runner, which ended up becoming Blade Runner. Now, Last Starfighter was like this really cheesy 80s sci-fi film that was kind of like I think it's a Disney film, and I think it was like Disney's another stab at like creating their own version of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So Last Starfighter came out in 1984, directed by Nick Castle, starring Lance Guest and Robert Preston. It's Robert Preston's last role before he passing away. High schooler Alex Rogan conquers the Starfighter video game only to find out that it was just a test and is now transported to another planet where he has been recruited to join a team of the best starfighters to defend their world from an attack. And then what happens is every other starfighter gets destroyed in an ambush, and he ends up becoming the last starfighter.
So this is Ender's Game.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of like the predecessor to Ender's Game. I think Orson Scott Card wrote Ender's Game in 1984, so he might have ripped it off.
That's the movie I was thinking of, not Philip K.
I like
Dick.
Ender's Game, the movie. The fucking novel is rocks. I love the novel so much. But it's but I love Last Starfighter. One of my favorite like memories of childhood is Last Starfighter, starring oh my god, who's the guy? I'm trying to find. Oh, Dan O'Hurley. He plays the alien in the film. The alien. It was really cool alien makeup. But Dan O'Hurley is probably best known as the old man that runs OCP and RoboCop. Not the guy, the villain guy, Dick, but the older guy that like runs the whole company. He's the alien sidekick in Last Starfighter. I was excited when I saw this, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, look, they are making a legacy sequel. It's called The Last Starfighters." So I'm wondering if it's going to have something to do with like his kids or grandkids or something, because at the end of the movie, his girlfriend goes with him to the alien world. So I'm guessing they're making babies in space. But I was in space. That was actually a Doctor Who episode in the last season for Ncuti Gatwa. Was an episode called Space Babies.
I thought you were going to tell me there's something going on with that whole Nathan Fillion going around saying it's time.
I can't wait to find out what that is. They're supposed to announce it this weekend. I think it's Sunday. They're supposed to announce what that whole thing's about. I'm hoping it's some sort of Firefly continuance thing,
sequel or something. Yeah.
I don't know, like, even if it's just like a radio show, like they do like a podcast show where it's like them acting out, I would be happy with that. I just want more Firefly. Well, and I want to know how they're bringing Wash back.
The last one, the last clip with him going to Alan Tudyk's house and going, I can't do this without you. He goes, I'm in, you're in.
And then he slaps him. He's like, I'm sorry. I slap when I get excited.
Actually, the Last Starfighter was not Disney, it was Universal.
Okay, yeah, but I remember it like it was Disney was the Flight of the Navigator.
That's true.
That's the other, because that one like kind of came around the same time. All right, we're moving on to our main segment tonight. Main segment tonight is movie misquotes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at some of the most famous quotes in movie history. We have 20 really good quotes tonight. I'm going to read the misquote to these guys, They have no idea what the quotes are that I chose. I did this blindly. And I'm going to see if they can tell me what the real quote is. Let's start with something simple, shall we? Luke, I am your father.
No, I am your father.
That is right. It is
Yes,
not Luke.
he got his name wrong. His name wasn't Luke, it was No. He called him No Skywalker.
No, I am your father is the line. I don't know why this is. I mean, it's another one of those like Mandela Effect things, I think, where it's like you remember it being Luke, I am your father, but
so he says, No, I am your father. And then he goes through the rest of the movie, and then into the next movie, keep going, Luke, Luke,
yeah,
come to the dark side of the Force. We have cookies. Luke, hello.
At the end of Empire, when he gets rescued and he's in the ship, Vader, calls out to him in the Force, and he says Luke, and he goes Father. So it's like, I think it's just other lines getting blended together, but the actual quote is No, I am your father, from Empire Strikes Back in 1980. All right, let's get a little older now for the next quote. Play it again, Sam, from Casablanca.
If you can play it for her, you can play it for me.
And what else? There's more to the line.
That's the part of the line I know.
Play it, Sam.
That's it. Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by. So somewhere along the line, people just like abbreviated that quote.
I think that had to do more with the Looney Tunes and all that stuff like that, because that's where you hear it a lot. It's Play it again, Sam.
Yeah, I think it was Bugs Bunny may have said it for the first time. Play it again, Sam, and then it just kind of became a thing. But yeah, it's if you could play it for her, you can play it for me. Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by. That's the full quote. Casablanca. You guys are doing well. Here's the third one. Mirror, mirror on the wall, from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the 1937 animated film.
Isn't it Magic Mirror on the Wall?
That is right, sir. I knew you would know your Disney. Magic mirror on the wall, not mirror, mirror on the wall. Now, mirror, mirror on the wall
was a movie name.
What's that?
It was the name of a movie, wasn't it? Mirror, mirror.
Which is based Mirror, mirror. Yeah,
right.
But that was in the early 2000s, I think. But mirror, mirror
on the wall. It was a live action for Snow White.
Yes. Mirror, mirror on the wall. The quote "Mirror, mirror on the wall" was from the stage version of Snow White.
Oh.
The film version of Snow White was Magic Mirror on the Wall. I'll be honest, I fucked this one up myself. The next quote, I thought I could have sworn this is a quote in the movie, but it must be a Mandela Effect thing. From Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice. He never says hello, Clarice.
No.
He says Clarice a few times in the film, but he never says the line "Hello, Clarice." And I could sworn that's what he says. Like
I think I remember him. It was "Howdy, Clarice."
Even when he didn't say "Hello, Clarice."
No.
At the end when he calls her,
he goes,
"No,
hey there, sugar lumps."
Yeah. He's like, "What's up, sweet cheeks?" No, yeah. At the end, it's she goes hello, and he goes Clarice. Like he just says her name. He doesn't say hello. But the second time she visits him in the jail cell, in the the glass cell, I thought he said hello, Clarice. All he says to her is, "Good morning."
Good morning.
Now I would have thought if you're going to pick a quote from Silence of the Lambs that people fuck up, it was going to be "Put the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again." But I think people very rarely screw that one up because it's such a memorable quote.
And that is a whole song about it.
Yeah.
Or I once ate his liver with a side of fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Where the actual quote was, "I ate his liver with Arby's shake and some curly fries."
He doesn't go. He goes yum 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 yum.
He uses a straw from the shake.
Are we thinking of movie 48 again? He ate his liver with a side of onion rings and
a shamrock.
Nice shamrock shake.
Wow.
Oh my God. Clarice of the Lambs, stop screaming. Next one, we did an episode on this movie, so I think you guys can get this one. We're gonna need a bigger boat from Jaws.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yes.
One of our listeners who submitted a quote for the night has a nice explanation for why this quote gets mistaken all the time, and I'll read that to you when we do the shout outs. Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me?
Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson? Or something
Not
like
just, yeah, you're just rearranging words. Yeah, it's pretty close. So people often think it's Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? But the full line from The Graduate, 1967, is Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me, aren't you?
aren't you?
And then her response is, would
Do
you
you
like
want
me to seduce you? Is that what you're trying to say? Won't you please, Mrs. Robinson? All right, Mike, this one's for you because it's Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty.
No, it's usually he calls Scotty, then says beam me up, or just says
Mm.
beam me up.
Yes, beam me up, Scotty is never spoken in the show or in any of the movies. It's usually either beam me up or Scotty beam me up or get us out of here or something like that. He never says beam me up, Scotty.
Yep.
A
A lot of episodes to think through and movies to think through if you ever actually how he actually said it.
I mean, yeah, if you want to go through the entire catalog to see if we're wrong on that one, feel free. You can email us and let me know. But I'm pretty certain it's never said that way.
But you have to send us the season, the episode
Yes,
number,
the
and
episode,
the
the name of the
timestamp.
episode. Yeah.
And the name of the episode, yeah. And give me the whole bio of what the episode's about.
Yeah.
Because I probably
We would appreciate your feedback.
Wall Street, 1987. Greed is good.
Greed, for another word, is good.
You're pretty close. You're almost there. Kev, you want to take a stab at it?
No.
No. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word,
For lack of a better word,
is good.
Yeah, I was pretty close.
That is from Michael Douglas's Best Actor winning role in Wall Street as Gordon Gekko.
What, you mean he didn't get it for romancing the stone?
No. He got it for Black Rain.
Jewel of the Nile?
He got it for Basic Instinct. He actually has 2 Oscars, Michael Douglas. He has one for Best Actor for Wall Street and one as a producer for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was the producer on that film.
Okay.
Yeah. If you build it, they will come, from Field of Dreams.
If you build it, he will come.
He will come because they're talking about the father in that.
That was I told you guys I got a mug from for Megan for Christmas that has a little QR code, and every day you can scan it and get a new trivia question.
No,
was
cool.
a trivia question today.
Was if you build it,
1989 movie has Ray. Oh, what was his name? Ray Costanza? Not Costanza.
Ray Kinsella.
Ray Kinsella saying, "If you build it, he will come." So,
speaking of that, did you see the little video of the with Luke and Leia? And what's wrong? It's my father, and it's Vader up there playing baseball.
Dad, I want to play catch. This is a tough one because this deals, I think, mainly with the old Weissmuller Tarzan TV series from the 40s and all. Tarzan Ape Man, Me Tarzan Eugene.
No,
he never says Me Tarzan Eugene.
No.
Tarzan Jane. Tarzan Jane is what he would often do, but he would never say Meet Tarzan Eugene. That again, Mike.
Jane, boy.
That again, Mike. Me Tarzan Eugene is a Looney Tunes joke that became the canon. Forrest Gump, 1994. Life is like a box of chocolates.
It's actually life is like a bunch of turds.
You
Mom
never know.
always said,
You never
Mom-
know which shape it comes in.
life is like a box of chocolates.
It's green and runny.
What'd you say, Mike?
Mama's always said life was like a box of chocolates. I could
Yeah,
have
it was,
sworn.
not is. Life was like a box of chocolate.
Was okay.
And you're just picking nits there, though, when it's like, is versus was. But, life was like a box of chocolate. Johnny.
Johnny, my box
my
of
magic.
turds.
There's my magic juice.
I have a brown one with corn nuggets in it.
We have a baby and he can see ghosts now.
Johnny died and left me with a boy who sees dead people
All the time.
all the time. I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is.
He told me he saw Bubba. Bubba kept talking about shrimp.
I feel like our Forrest Gump is more Simple Jack.
Mm.
I think about you in my head movies. Oh, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Mm.
Toto, I'm afraid we're not in Kansas.
Ooh, you're really close. You're one word off. It's not afraid. It's Toto. I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. The Wizard of Oz. I mean, that one's just a simple, like, dropping a few words. We're not in Kansas anymore. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I thought that the people say, I think we're not in Kansas anymore. And it's not.
Yeah. It's not think. Yeah. It's I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Now, if you thought life is like a box of chocolates versus life was like a box of chocolates is a real, like, nitpick. Houston, we have a problem from Apollo 13, 1995.
We have a problem.
It's
Houston,
so it's not we have a problem, it's we've had a problem.
Problem?
I think with that is just like he says it so quickly. If you're not watching it with the subtitles turned on, it sounds like we have a problem. From the Sherlock Holmes films, whether you're talking the new ones or the old ones, Elementary, my dear Watson.
No,
He never says it.
Never says.
He does say something about it's elementary.
It's elementary, but he never says my dear Watson.
It's secondary school, my dear Watson.
He never even says that in the books. That's not even a quote in the books. It's elementary, my dear Watson.
No. I'm talking about Kevin's. It's secondary school. That's a quote.
Bobby, have you ever sat on the lap of a man?
Not while I'm drinking a beer, please. I've already had one incident.
I want to create a drop. Mike's gonna hate it because it's a Adam Sandler movie, but I want to create a drop from Billy Madison where they're doing the academic bowl at the end, and he gives that real like bullshit answer, and the principal's like, "That is the single dumbest answer I have ever heard in my life. It is a waste of time. Everyone here is dumber now because of that answer." And I was like,
I think that line actually says about his movies.
I'm gonna make a drop for that. We can use it in future episodes.
Because I actually have seen Billy Madison. So.
Let's see. Next one I have here, The Godfather, 1972.
72. We just talked about it.
Yeah. Gonna make him an offer I can't refuse. Or he can't refuse.
He made him an offer he can't refuse.
It's I'm gonna make him an offer. Like dropping the I'm part. Often paraphrased incorrectly in pop culture. All right, here we go. This one is one that just
wait. Michael said he made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah. This is one that it's not so much a misquote as just a quote that never gets finished right. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Smells like victory.
That's it. Yeah, I love the.
I love the smell of like bacon.
It smells like bacon.
Smells like
if bacon smells like burnt flesh, then yeah. Do you feel lucky, punk? Dirty Harry.
Well, do you, punk?
Yeah, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? It's like a whole sentence there.
Did you say have 5 shots or 6 shots?
Yeah. Now I know what you're saying. Know what you're thinking. Did he fire 5 shots or 6? Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. From All About Eve.
I don't think she says fasten your seatbelts. Does she just
does say
it's
fasten
gonna
your
be a
seatbelt.
bumpy ride?
Hold on to your seats.
No, she does say fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy
night.
Yeah, she doesn't say ride. She says night. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Hold on to your ass hats. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Just remember, she has Betty Davis eyes. So.
No, that's pink eye. That's what happens when you wear ass hats.
Is that why you got the swollen balls now?
That's right.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille from Sunset Boulevard. This is another one that's just like a weird paraphrase of the actual quote. So, like
Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Exactly. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. I'm still just the movies they got small. From, and it's the last one I have for tonight. We'll do some more later. Taxi Driver, 1976, Bobby De Niro. You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Talking to me? You got to be talking to me. I'm the only one here.
Yeah, so it's actually spoken as a rambling, improvised monologue. The clear quote that most people say, "You talking to me," is never actually like just said by itself. It's kind of like just like you talking to me. Like it's like he kind of like stutter repeats it. All right, so here are some submissions that we got on Reddit. Leave Me Alone gave us, "We're gonna need a bigger boat" is the misquote. It's actually, "You're going to need a bigger boat," because at this point in the film, Brody still doesn't feel like he's part of the mission or the crew. A nice little explanation there. This one is from Nightcap 132. This one cracks me up because this is not a misquote. It's more of how the quote is reworded on censored television. So it's from The Big Lebowski. The misquote, which is an edited quote that you would hear on like TBS and stuff. The edited quote is "This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps." But the actual line in the film is, "This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass." It's kind of like when instead of saying motherfucker, they use melon farmer. That's a good one. That was Nightcap 132 on Reddit. Next one we have here is from Fabulous Discussion 80 on, this is also Reddit. But just to play it again, Sam, from Casablanca, which we talked about, which is actually, like we said, if you could play it for her, play it for me, play it, Sam, play as time goes by. Let's see. We got Mike Bruno 52882. We haven't heard from him in a while. He's one of our followers on Threads. He gave us 2. He gave us Ferris Bueller's Day Off. When they're watching the baseball game, Ferris and Cameron are heckling the players. "Hey, batter, swing, batter, batter, batter." And people believe that Cameron says at that point, "Kennedy, Kennedy, 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 swing, batter."
Can't hit it, right?
Yes, if you watch it with the subtitles, it's "He can't hit it, he can't hit it, he can't hit it, he can't hit it." He can't hit it. Swing. And then Mike also gave us from the Goonies, as that Data is falling into the pit, and he lets his, he lets out the pinchers. And people think he's saying the pinchers of power. Pinchers of power, guys, pinchers of power. But if you watch it with the subtitles on, he calls them the pinchers of peril. Pinchers of peril. Oh. They've been saved by the pinchers of peril. From 16 Candles, 1984. "Dong, where's my automobile?" to which people think he replies, automobile wreck, big wreck. But the actual line is automobile lake, big lake, because the automobile ends up in a lake. From The Graduate, this was, who gave us that one? That was Jimbro34 on Reddit. This is Boston Slickback 1738 on Reddit. It's the Mrs. Robinson line. Tempest 777 on Reddit gave us Luke, I am your father. Naive Zest. Oh, this is I'm sorry, this is from a different thread that has nothing to do with movie quotes. Let's see. Look at this. Majira on Reddit gave us from Scary Movie 2. Grab my strong hand. Which is not grab my strong hand. It's actually take my strong hand. Let's see. I think we have, that was it. That was all of them. So thank you to everybody who answered the questions online to give us your favorite movie quote, movie misquote. We're going to probably do this again at some later point because this is fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Mike, you have any beer trivia for us this evening?
I do. Television and film have played an important role in portraying beer as a symbol of community and lifestyle. In the TV show Cheers, the neighborhood bar becomes a central character where patrons bond over beer, highlighting friendships and social connections. Similarly, the film The Big Lebowski features Jeff Lebowski, the dude, whose relaxed lifestyle, often shown with a beer in hand, reflects the laid-back spirit of the 1990s counterculture. Overall, beer in film and television functions as a narrative tool that illustrates camaraderie, cultural values, and everyday social interaction.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion,
man. I have to get a drop for that too. That's a good one. But like, he also is often carrying around a White Russian in that film too.
Yes, it's edited from what I had. It did talk about the White Russian, but
it's beer news.
No. But the beer is when you're sitting around. Most of the time, he's got a beer in his hand. He has a beer in his hand more than he has White Russian.
Yeah, because like at the bowling alley, he always has a beer in his hand when he's at the bowling alley with John Goodman.
This is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Nobody messes with the Jesus. You don't go pull no gun on me when you're playing the bowl. We have a cinema quote of the week.
Oh, I can't do it. I'll try. It's what I learned from the great actors that I work with. Stillness. That's all. That's the hardest thing. Morgan Freeman, who is now narrating for Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs now on Disney Plus.
So yeah, just imagine Morgan Freeman's voice when you hear that quote. What I learned from the great
actors that I work with. Stillness. That's all. Okay. That's the hardest thing.
Let's revisit our drinks then, gentlemen. I had some Sam Adams Winter White Ale. I had a couple bottles of it. It's always good, and I'm cleaning up my fridge. So
the Sam Adams Alpine Spring was decent, good. I would drink another, but I do really enjoy my Sam Adams Cold Snap White Ale.
I love Cold Snap.
And the Kona Brewing longboard is better drinking it than wearing it.
Yeah. We know you peed yourself. All right.
I would have done that on camera if I was going to.
Oh yeah, Kevin stripping, you pissing yourself, like
because we need the ratings. You need to get. Come on,
that's right.
I mean, I already admitted I'm not wearing pants. You just can't tell because I'm filming from the waist up. So thank you for joining us tonight for episode 231, Movie Misquotes. We hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Remember, you can email us at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com. Visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media podcast links. You can join us on the Patreon with patreon.com/filmsandfermentation. Text us at 904-867-4466 or watch us on YouTube, Rumble, or the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku. We are going to be taking a little spring break. Mike is going away on vacation. So Kevin and I are going to take a little break too from podcasting. We're going to have a Oscars reaction mini pod that I'll be dropping next week or at some point in the next couple weeks. Then we're going to have like a little week off, and then our next full episode will be on Tuesday, April 7th. That will be our next full episode 232. So don't forget to stop by the Crossroads between Pickled and Fermented that day, April 7th, because we're going to do a This Year in Film History for 1986. There's so many really good movies turning 40 this year that we just kind of want to give them all their due. So we're going to do a whole episode on the year 1986. In the meantime, I'm Leo.
I'm Jevin.
I'm Mike.
This has been the Films and Fermentation podcast. Cheers, folks.
Cheers.